Chief Fizz, I want to take the time to thank the department and the handlers who came to Daniel Boone Elementary this week to help comfort our kids. As you can imagine, these kids are having a hard time processing this loss. My daughter has had this student in her class since pre-K, and she has had a flow of emotions when we sat her down to tell her what happened. I had gotten a text from my principal, and he said, "Call me when you can." I picked up the phone and I called him, and I was like, "Oh, hey, Kevin, how are you doing? Is everything okay?" And he said, "Hannah, no, things are not okay right now." He said that a student in my class had tragically passed away due to a house fire that morning. The mood in the room is very much sad. Students are crying, they're frowning, they're just visibly down. It not only was a hard day, but it was a hard week for them to understand and process that a classmate is no longer with us.
When we came in the classroom, it wasn't as lively as and you can notice that immediately. So, spending a lot of time with the kiddos and just having them interact with Millie as much as they wanted was a big deal. We spent 3 days here during the week with the classroom, with the school, with the staff, and the school district and this school was very supportive with counselors present throughout the week with the kiddos. And so we came in the classroom and we kind of explained with the kids a little more of a therapy dog and what the dog does, and how that could be something in a time of stress, in a stressful event like this, in a very sad event, that you guys could take a break, take your time, hug on the dog, pet the dog, and that's what we were here for.
They were lined up and taking turns petting Millie, talking to her, talking about stories of their own dogs or their own animals, and sharing about themselves, while Millie is sitting there so nice and calm. It almost seems like she has a smile on her face herself. And the kids around her are smiling, which at that day or at that point of time is so important and is something that should really be cherished. When she came home from school after the first day back since the accident, she actually had a smile on her face because she got to spend the day with Millie.
So this is Canine Millie, and she is a therapy dog. She just turned 2 years old, and she is a Labrador Retriever. And we go around and visit schools in unincorporated St. Charles County. We have 23 schools that we visit. And then we also visit the 2 BJC hospitals, BJC St. Peter's and BJC Progress West. Within the foundation that funded the program for us to get Millie into the schools and the hospitals.
Steve called me and said, "Hey, I've got an idea. We have this opportunity." Another police department in another state that he had done some research on has had some really great success with a therapy canine program. He was, at that time, SRO officer for one particular school. The idea would be to hopefully fund a therapy dog that then would go with him. He could rove to all the schools across St. Charles County, everything from our elementaries to middle schools and high schools. It only made sense.
Last year we did 155 school visits throughout St. Charles County. It's proven to raise attendance in schools. It's proven to lessen the support calls for kids that just need a little extra direction in their daily routine. Just that, that extra pet or that extra dog kiss or that extra hug from the dog is a game changer within our schools and our school districts. So we interact with healthcare throughout our day as police officers. Now we're in hospitals more. Now we're having more of that interaction. And I think it's really cool to see some of the patients very surprised when they see me walk in a police uniform in a hospital room because they're like, what's going on? And then we tell them the story and they think it's the coolest thing. So they're like, that is so cool that you guys are doing this. And it's, as police officers, engaging in the community and also engaging in the hospital setting. So it's starting a new era and it's starting a new trend. We have many other departments that are coming forward now and reaching out to us and want to know how we did it. And so with BJC and the foundation, that trend has started. And I can tell you there's a lot of departments in this regional area that are creating their own program to have these dogs in their police departments.
To be able to have these therapy dogs come around to schools, to hospitals, and for them to provide happiness, hope, joy, we are so privileged and so grateful that we are able to have therapy dogs within our community.
Millie's not the only service that we provide for the community. In fact, just recently I was reminded of that by a patient I had a conversation with in our hospital, that when sharing the health, healing, and hope and what that means and all the diversity of services and programs that are offered through those three pillars, she was amazed and astonished by just how many things that we do as a foundation, that we can do. Everything from, outside the hospital, inside, and everything in between to make sure our patients can access the healthcare that they need. And so Millie is a reflection of that for sure. But again, so much more is needed to support all the health needs of our community. And that's what we do in the Barnes Jewish St. Peter's and Progress West Foundation.